My people, you and I talk show with Louise UWACU right here at the Vancouver International Women in Film Festival. What you know about that, my people? I'm here to bring you some of the nominees, some of the winners, all the best happening in Vancouver, you and I. What do you ladies do? Tell the audience what you do and why it was important for you guys to be here tonight.
Well, I'm a local horror director, so I make a lot of blood, a lot of gore on screen. And then I had my BC premiere of my show here for La Quinceañera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I was really happy to be a part of it. I was one of the mariachi singers in it, so I got to be part of that. And it's just really nice to be here supporting all the women and all of the wonderful projects that they do and how fierce all of them are. It's really inspiring.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're sisters.
Yeah.
So I had to put my sister in the movie somehow and then drench her in blood somehow
And
too.
kill me off. It was great.
She's always wanted to do that.
I bet. It's a sisterly comeback.
So what is your ultimate dream? What do you want to accomplish in this industry?
I mean, for me, is to keep inspiring others, especially other women, like how many have inspired me. So my drive and my goal is to, pass that on and be contagious with that, enthusiasm and that want and that drive. So, I mean, I hope that I could do that for others like people have done for me.
Absolutely. So who is your top inspiration who has gotten you into this?
I would have to say it's my abuela, my grandma. Our grandma, she's here.
She's over here
She's there.
somewhere.
She's probably at the bar, actually.
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
that's is our grandma. Like
That's how advanced she is.
yeah,
All this nonsense. Let's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get to the bar.
pretty much.
She was like, I'm short enough. I'll just scoot on by. Nobody will notice.
Nice. All right, ladies. Thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you.
to us.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is like we're coming in here early, but otherwise you better believe it's going to be packed. What makes you, as a producer, say, okay, this is a project that I'm going to work with?
Well, it actually is the creator. In my case, it's for Good Girls Don't, is Anna Delara, who I met at Women in the Director's Chair workshop. And she was just a beautiful force of comedy, delightfulness, and really what she creates is something that's really personal and yet also about all women. So I love the infusion of the culture. And for that case, it's Filipina, but all of my work sort of infuses cultures from everywhere, and that was important to me, and that's something that was important to her too. So.
Oh, nice. So what is this idea of good girls?
Well, Good Girls Don't. The film is about Evriel. Mary Lou, who wants to play basketball and her mother doesn't want her to play basketball, says that if a girl plays basketball, she'll turn into a boy and grow a penis.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Good girls don't play sports.
Girls, in case you were scared that, you were going to all of a sudden not be a girl.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, don't be scared.
Yeah.
And then, are you a good girl?
I don't think I'm a good girl.
Okay.
I've never been a good girl in that respect, for sure. I think I'm nice. I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't actually see the lines that are presented for us of where women should not be. I've been a first AD for many decades at times, and that hasn't been typically when I started in the 90s. That was not a place for a lot of women, especially small ones.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice.
If you do sport, your muscle will get big and you will turn into a boy. You want to grow a pipi? A penis?
Off the glass, and it's in! It's over!
What a night for the Raptors and what a night for Canada!
And I will tell you this, I bet you all those skeptics that were criticizing the Toronto Raptors for drafting an 11-year-old Chinese girl,
Actually, Chuck, she's from the Philippines.
forgive me, Filipinesian girl, I bet you they're all eating a great big piece of humble pie right about now.
Mary Lou, Santiago has changed the history of basketball tonight.
Are you okay? No, I think I'm growing a penis.
So tying into her story of this girl who wants to play basketball, when people see you have like a sort of basketball height, do they presume?
Well, actually really good at sports. I actually played hockey. Yeah, but we're on a completely different film. My film is UWACU, which is about the Sasquatch, which is super tall.
And then hear about her film as well. I was kind of scared to be next to her because she's so tall, right? I'm like, I've been praying to get her height, and my prayers didn't get answered. Like, and then now I'm standing next to a tall person. I don't like this. I don't like this. You see this? I need a box that I can stand on, so we can fake this. Like I'm a little bit okay. So anyway, I'm gonna get over it.
Yeah, so I had a short film in the program yesterday about dreams, and it's about the Sasquatch. So a Chi-Squatcho is how we say Sasquatch in Cree, because I'm Cree from Northern Ontario, and it's a sacred being, and it's just like a fun, family-oriented short film about a kukum who is being called to the other side.
Something's wrong. Dad. It was watching us.
Dad told me the Chi-Squatcho is a reincarnated spirit.
I love you so much, Kukum.
Kukum?
What does it mean for you to be Cree and to make a story about Cree people? Do you feel like there's not enough stories?
Well, yeah, I was raised by my grandparents. My grandparents don't speak English. They lived off the land. My mom's a residential school survivor. I was raised in the community. I was raised on the land, you know. So for me, it's very natural to talk about these stories because that's how I was raised. So, you know, my whole being is like informed by the way that I was raised by my grandparents. So it's just a natural thing. I mean, I can't tell any other stories, I think, unless there's a connection or a passion. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And what is like that unique thing about your people that you want to share with the world?
I don't know if it's necessarily a unique thing. It's just that, you know, I feel I'm a visitor here on Coast Salish, unceded territory of the Coast Salish people. So I think just coming from Northern Ontario and being able to tell a story here is quite powerful. I think it's important that we tell Indigenous stories because, you know, there's a shift happening in the film industry and television and so forth where there's like a pathway, you know, for us in terms of creating platforms. So I think it is necessary and yeah. So
nice.
Yeah.
So because your movie is about dreams.
Yeah.
And
no, it was in the Dreams program.
Yeah. In the dreams.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily a dream. It was more about a woman being visited by the Sasquatch.
So what is your dream that inspires you to do what you do and to keep going?
Well, I think I come from, you know, storytellers. Like we come from oral tradition. So it's, I don't know, it is just something that comes very natural, like I mentioned. And I think, you know,
So
necessary.
this is like perpetuating the culture.
Culture, yeah. It's coming
But
from
it's
an
like,
indigenous lens.
yeah,
It's very natural. It's just something that I know is necessary for me, and something that I feel that I think most settler Canadians need to hear, is that our stories, and that our stories are here prior to settlers coming, and that, you know, our stories are rich and complex and diverse. So it's just really great that now we have this platform where we can share our stories, and people are actually engaging with our stories.
Yeah. What do you see as like the dream Canada, the future that you dream for Canada? What does a dream Canada look like for you?
We're not talking about reconciliation, are we? Well, I mean, I don't want to get all political and stuff, but I think because it's a longer discussion and a necessary discussion, and, you know, I think that my dream would be that my children are not at risk when they leave the house, that we're, you know, not having to deal with systemic racism and colonialization and so forth. I think, you know, my dream would be my children having that sense of freedom and not feeling targeted when they're out in the world.
All right, I think we need to end that on a fist, maybe. You like the moves? Okay, so show me yours. Right here, Vancouver International Women Film Festival. What you know about that? My people, you and I talk show at the Vancouver International Women in Film Festival, and we have such a beautiful woman with us right here. She's so beautiful. She's a legend. Please tell people your name.
I'm no legend, but the film I made is about a legend. Swati Bhise is my name.
Yes.
And the film is Swords and Scepters, the Rani of Jhansi, who is our legend, a global legend.
So what captivated you about this story, this particular story, that you were like, okay, I have to make a movie about this?
I think the spirit of the Rani, it resonated with me, that if every woman could take a little bit of her, we would all be able to do a lot of things in life. And her spirit is something I think that lives in every woman. We just have to hunt it out, find it, and lead on to it.
Okay, so is there like a little bit of you in the movie, because you're kind of in a field where you have to be sort of like that?
I think when I was studying her, researching her dialogues, a lot of it came from personal experiences or experiences of what women face and what they would face, not just in the typical man's world, but in a world where everyone is difficult when you're trying to accomplish something, and you have to fight for what you want. Nothing comes easy, and nothing will be made easy. You have to first win, and then you have a follower. Nobody will follow you.
Oh, okay. People want to see you win first.
That's right.
And then they're like, oh, you know, actually, that's my mom, that's my aunt, that's my cousin.
Till then, you have more naysayers. I had so many people saying, you've never done a film, are you crazy? You think you can just get up one day and make a film? And I was like, well, no one ever had children. I got up one day and had a child and had 2 children. So if one can do that, I don't think it's that impossible to make a movie.
Yeah.
So that's how I think of it.
Do you think like women, since they can do such an amazing thing, such as create life, then everything else after that seems like, well, whatever?
I think creating life is very important and amazing, but to be able to sustain children for so many years and tolerate them and nurture them, boy, that hats off to every woman. And I think that's the journey. It teaches you compassion, love, tolerance, so many more things which otherwise you kind of look out just for yourself. And it does teach you that a lot of humility when you have children.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for reminding me. It's why I'm running away from that. Sounds like a lot of responsibilities, you know. Like,
it is. It's beautiful.
A lifetime responsibility.
It is. It's a large responsibility when you bring anything, whether children, a film, into the world. You have to see them out just like a child, watch their first few steps. And I think for me, I don't want to make hundreds of movies. Whatever I do, it has to be responsibly done. And if it doesn't resonate with real people's stories, they don't really interest me.
I see. So now, how do you feel being here in Vancouver with your baby to present it to the world, and you're like being honored today?
I'm actually honored that I was allowed to show this film and share it with a women's festival, because it is about women, with women, for men and women. And it's a celebration of what this festival is all about. And ever since I've landed in Vancouver, I've been wondering, is everyone in Vancouver smart, wonderful, sweet, nice? So it's a little bit difficult. And the audience today was so amazing that I would do anything to have every audience in every city exactly like this one.
Okay, so you heard the rest of the world. Just be as amazing as Vancouver. Eh?
That is true, because it was almost, they laughed at the right places. I said, where's this intellectual crowd come from? So I am amazed that each one resonated the spirit of the Rani, and they could relate to it. So I felt the movie and her story was validated because everyone from every part got it. They got every aspect of it. So I feel happy that she's no longer this Indian woman, but it's a global woman, and it's her story.
Wow,
that's what's important.
That's so beautiful. So this is like a lesson, like when you tell the truth and you tell a story from your heart, it's going to resonate globally.
I hope so, but I saw a little of the audience reaction, and I was happy to see so many men and women enjoy it, but they cried, and that means it resonated. So it was very special for me.
Nice. So before we let you go, because it's so busy, such a busy night, what is your dream? What is your ultimate dream? And how do you want people to support you, to support what you do, so that you can keep doing such amazing work?
I'd like people to bring forward platforms for films like I have done, where you don't need to say, well, is this a famous director? Is this a famous actor? Or do we have the right names? Is this what it is? It's about a story and content, and people saying, we've got to bring real people's stories so that we change the next generation of men and women. Men, how they perceive women, and women, how they perceive themselves. And that is really important to me. Otherwise, a movie doesn't make any sense for me.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you had time to talk to us.
Not at all, I'm honored. Thank you.
All right, my people. So it's about content, okay? If you don't have content, great content, just get out of the game.
No, believe in your dream and follow it through.
Okay.
And that's very important. Every story that is important to share, especially life's experiences, that's what makes it special.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank
Such
you so
a
much.
pleasure. Such a pleasure. Thank you. And bravo to all the women at the Vancouver Film Festival and you. Thank you.
Yes, women in film. We're here with Caroline.
Hi, it's good to be here.
Yes, so you're the director for the whole festival.
I'm the executive director of Women in Film and Television Vancouver, and that includes this festival, yes.
Yes, so thank you so much. You're like the person that we should be thanking for making everything possible today.
Well, there is a whole team of us. There's a whole team of us. Don't thank me. Thank there's too many people for me to name, but there's so many people who help put this festival on, and we couldn't do it without the filmmakers and the audience, and you help us bring in the audience, so thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's rewarding that you put in so much work, but in the end it's worth it because so many people turned out, and you have so many creative, amazing. What keeps you going? Like, why do you do this?
I really love the moments where the filmmakers and the audience come together and engage with each other. As I wander through the atrium and through the theater and catch pieces of conversations and new collaborations, it's very exciting for me. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is so much work. What are you gonna do now that it's done? It's like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go get drunk or something?
I think I'm going to try to sleep.
Okay, that's better than getting drunk.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I might have a glass of wine tonight.
Yes. Thank you so much for
Thank
great
you very
event.
much. Thank you for being here.
I will be back.
Okay, good.
Your daughter?
My granddaughter.
Your granddaughter? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. How beautiful is this for you to be here for your granddaughter?
Uh-huh.
¿Estás contenta?
Mucho. Very much.
My God, you won.
Yeah, I know. Well, thanks for like keeping the secret. I didn't know. I was so surprised. I was like,
Yeah.
what, me? You know?
Nice,
so
nice.
yeah.
So how does it feel?
It feels
How does
really
it feel?
good because I usually do documentary.
Yeah.
So for me, this is like my first narrative that I've done since film school.
Nice.
So I was like,
Can
anyway.
I hold it?
Yeah, yeah, it's
and
really
then
heavy.
Since you're here, I'm not gonna run away because I was
No.
I've been looking at them trying to run away with
Yeah,
one
it's
of
such a
them.
beautiful award.
But now everybody would know that it's not mine.
No, I'm really
Congratulations.
happy and honored.
I
Thank
mean,
you so
and
much.
it's a beautiful movie. And
Thank
it's
you.
so beautiful, like the whole picture, the views, everything. I don't know if we had any of the movie clips in the thing. I don't know if we stole some
The
of
trailer's online, so
Oh, yeah, we used the trailer.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So beautiful,
Thank
the
you.
scenery and everything.
Thank you.
So how do
I'm
you
very
feel
honored.
right now?
A little overwhelmed, like a bit surprised. I'm happy. Like, I mean, I think this is just like the kind of the support and the encouragement that I needed to keep continuing on in narrative and stuff. So I'm really happy about it.
Okay, go get your champagne.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. This
You
is
won.
really for Anna Delara, who is the writer and director.
Yes. So
And I'm the producer.
when you're the producer. So you picked a winner.
I did
Yeah.
in Anna and in the projects because I really love. It was delightful, really. The story was delightful. We developed it based on a feature film that we were going to produce, and this was going to be a short film, kind of from that as a first step towards the feature. And it has a lot of the same themes about the Filipina girl and a lot about the miracles and the Jesus influence in it. So
I gotta say that I loved it.
Oh,
and it was so funny.
thank
You know,
Thank
how
you.
everything comes together, and you can see the cultural thing.
Yes.
You know, so it's so beautiful.
Yes.
So now that you've won, you picked a winner, your director won. Do you feel the pressure on the next project?
Well, the next project is actually already produced as a feature, Red Snow, which is an Indigenous feature film written and directed by Marie Clements. So that one's already out.
Okay.
So I just that's gone.
Okay.
The next one's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then onwards to the next one's in development. Yeah. So it's a big life, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. Actually, Good Girls Don't took 3 years from starting to get together and think about what we wanted to create to right now.
Yeah.
3 whole years.
Oh my goodness.
And a short film at that.
Okay,
so.
let me hold that. Hold that.
I know.
All right, my people, I would like to accept this award on behalf of Lara. No. Anna Delara. Okay, so she's a director. Anna, you did a great job. Okay, I love that movie. Okay, I love it, and then I hope she's gonna do like a longer version. Or
yes,
what?
it's called The Virgin Mary Had a Little Lamb.
The Virgin Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, wait for it.
Yeah.
I'll give you back your word.
Okay, thank you. I know I'm scared to hold it. I
It's
wrapped
so
it in my
beautiful.
coat when I got it.
It's so beautiful. Does it make you want to do anything that has anything to do with being a director?
Yeah, I think I started those feelings just only a few weeks ago. So now it is getting to developing my own projects for sure.
All right, go get your champagne.
Okay.
My people, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Vancouver Women International Women Film Festival, whatever it's called, man, it's so beautiful. So we're done. We've seen some of the nominees, some of the winners. It's been beautiful. We've seen some of the movies, so creative, so beautiful. So now we're just gonna say goodbye to a couple of people and maybe get a